Ladies and gentlemen, I am very, very pleased to welcome to the programme Turner Mason of the band Midnight Shepherds, who we've been playing quite a bit just recently. Turner, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you. Now, if I'm right, you're out in Mobile.
Yes, sir, we are. Mobile, Alabama.
And what's it like out there at the moment? I mean, you know, Alabama's one of those places you hear an awful lot about, but I mean, being as we're in the middle of Europe, we don't get to know a lot about the place, really. Is it as beautiful as everybody tells us?
Yes, sir. Some places, I guess more than others, like anywhere. Where we're from, you know, is around the bay, around the beach area, so we get to go out there. But once you get into northern Alabama, you might get into pine trees, cows, and mountains at some point.
Sounds wonderful. Now, the Midnight Shepherds, I've got to ask, how did that come about? How did the band actually get created?
So I was touring with a guy out of Nashville, Tennessee, a friend of mine, Adam Calvert, and I made a contact to a venue called the Hangout in Gulf Shores that we'd been playing. They called me up and said, "Hey, you have a local band? They could fill some shows in." And I was like, "Yeah, I've got a local band. We could definitely do it." So then I picked up the phone and called a drummer that knew and said, "Hey, man, do you know a singer? We got to put a band together."
Oh my God! Just like that.
Just like that, we put a band together. And then 4 days later, we played the Hangout, and ever since then, we've been on the road and hadn't really stopped with the band.
So the band is a fully touring, working unit. It's all right. I've lost everything in my headphones now. I don't know what's going on. That's better. I'm back now. It's okay. Sorry. So the band is a fully touring, working, recording band. It's not something you just put together for a couple of singles.
That is correct. We've been staying busy. We've been rolling since 2018. The band we've done some. We've kind of taken a different approach. One of our favorite albums, and one of my favorite albums, is the Allman Brothers Live at the Fillmore, and then another one we took a lot of influence from was the Yardbirds. You know, with Eric Clapton, the 5 Live album. So everything that we've done has been recorded live. My singer just said he don't want to step in the studio, so venues that we play, most of all of our stuff, actually all of our stuff, has been recorded live at shows. So everything you hear is how the band sounds in real life.
It Ain't No Sunshine, which is a track we've been playing a lot of, which I believe is coming out as a single soon.
Yes, sir, we are. It just dropped in March 31st.
Excellent. I mean, your version of that, I agree with all the comments that there are on Facebook and other places. Absolutely superb. You've sort of put a whole new edge on it. Is that something you strive to do?
Yes, it's kind of weird. We did. I guess really we wanted to. It's just our sound, I suppose. Our singer Brady Reeves. It's just his style, that the way he sings and the way his guitar playing style that really adds that edge. You know, it's really a lot of the sound of the band comes from him. You know, he just kind of does his thing, and we fall into place where we need to go.
So is that how it works when you're recording, when you're writing your own stuff as well? Because I know you do your own stuff.
Yeah. I know we work with the Black Cat Bone that we released. That is from a friend of ours, Mr. Damon Henderson. Fantastic writer, does a lot of good stuff. And then Loverboy Blues is actually one that I wrote myself. Heartbreak, you know how it goes. Same old story.
So when the band's together, I mean, do you all sort of throw little ideas in and say, "Hey, how about this bit and how about that bit?" And then somebody sort of says, "Whoa, hang on a minute, let's do it this way," or is it just a sort of, you know, I write it this way?
So what ends up happening is I'll come out and I'll write a riff, and Brady's like, "Man, I absolutely love that." I'm like, "Cool." Then he calls me a day later, said, "Hey, man, I completely changed it. It's a lot better now." And I'm like, "Oh, you're right. Let's do it this way."
I like that, yeah. Do all the members of the band sort of have a little input then? Or is it just yourself and Brady?
Yeah, it really is, man. It's possibly the best band that I've ever been a part of. They're you know, usually with the stigma with musicians, there's egos, and there's if there's smoke, there's fire. But this group, man, it's honestly a bunch of people that just get together and love to play. Our drummer Mason Bonner is fantastic. We went to school for performance there in the University of Southern Miss, so he's Mississippi native. He's fantastic. Our bass player Bryce Baggett, who's phenomenal as well. He's another music student. So we all just get together, laugh, cut up, just a bunch of Southern boys having fun.
I guess the idea is eventually, if not sooner rather than later, the band will actually sort of go out of state, go around the states themselves, and then maybe even make it over to Europe.
Yes, that is the plan, man. That has been a dream of mine ever since I was a kid. Two places that I would absolutely love to play, and both of them are in the UK. The Royal Albert Hall, I've saw Eric Clapton there. I've seen him on TV, recordings there, and then another place with Hyde Park. Two places that I've always wanted to play. So that's a dream of mine.
Do you find when you're on stage that you feed off the audience? I mean, so many guys I talk to who are players, who are singers, they say to me that the more they get from the audience, the better they perform. Do you find that?
Oh, yes. The crowd makes all the difference. We definitely feed off them. A lot of the energy that we have on stage for our songs, that comes off what we're feeling from them and what they're feeling for us. And that's the reason why we do record live, because we can't get that same feel in the studio,
Well, one of the things I've been told, and I don't know if it's true, but I've been told about the Shepherds, Midnight Shepherds, let's call you Midnight Shepherds properly, is that the show is quite something to see. I mean, it's not a group of guys just standing there strumming and banging drums. You actually do sort of get involved and move around a bit and wind the audience up. Is that right?
Yes, sir. I mean, we're not going all, Pete Townsend breaking the guitar up, but we do, man. We get into it. We're moving, we're grooving. Brady does this little foot shuffle, and if he starts getting a little foot shuffle going on, it's all about to go down at that point.
Who do you think you would say, if there was one person or one band that have influenced the Midnight Shepherds in their direction and in their style of music, who do you think it would be?
Oh, man. I'll honestly say, out of all the bands that we absolutely love, it's the Allman Brothers have been the biggest and most influential, feel on the band, hands down.
Right. And that they were quite a big band. They were very, very eclectic as well in the kind of music they produced. Do you feel Midnight Shepherds are the same, with a very eclectic mix?
We do. Each one of us play a different style. I'm a blues player, through and through. Brady, who is real into he's very heavy into 70s funk. Our drummer, believe it or not, he plays in a Latin steel band,
Really?
steel band, and then our bass player is a jazz player. So that's all kind of mixed in together.
So that this melting pot then of music, really, this is how the sound is created from all these different influences.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I guess I never really thought of it. We just kind of get together and hope the noise we make sounds good.
Oh, I reckon it does. Now, I've got to ask you, you said that you always record live. So Ain't No Sunshine's been recorded live?
Yes, sir. That is from a live show in the Cannery in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Wow. If that's what the band sounds like live, I want to come and see you. Because that is awesome.
Well, I appreciate that. That's the sound. What we wanted to do is we wanted to put our live performance out there, so when people hear us, they go, "Man, that band sounds just like the album."
No, I really didn't know that. I think that is incredible, because that sound is so clean and so, I don't know, polished, if you can call it that, because it's not polished because it's a bit gritty and a bit raw, but it's just so strong. I love it. And I think that's amazing that it's recorded live. Usually when you get a band that records live, it's a bit, sort of a bit woolly in here and there. But no, that is just bang on. You obviously get a big buzz out of performing live.
We do, man. We do. It's what I live for. I guess it's the goosebumps feel. If you're not feeling goosebumps, then the crowd's definitely not going to feel it.
Yeah.
So we try to bring that soul, and Carlos Santana says it, the spiritual aspect for us is the most important.
So one question I've got to ask you then, and that is, studio or stage? Which do you prefer?
Oh, hands down, stage. Any day, all day, stage.
Yeah. So that leads me into my next question, which is, do you enjoy doing the big festivals, or do you prefer the very small, intimate clubs?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'll be honest with you. Each has its pros and cons. With your big festivals, you're in a time slot, but the crowds are great. And in those intimate settings, you're very, very up close and personal, but then we can't get as loud as we want to. So I'll be honest with you, man. I'll play to a dog and a cat as long as they're into it.
Great answer. Hey, look, what are the band doing for the rest of the year now? Where are you off to next?
Well, right now we are getting everything ready for our summer tour. We're doing a lot of work down here on the Gulf Coast, prepping for the next release. And we're going to get ready. Once Ain't No Sunshine drops, then we're going to do another release. I don't know the exact date on it yet because I've got to wait for our manager, Mr. Damon Marino, to give me the okay for us to start kind of leaking it a little bit, but It's going to be a good one. It's actually my personal favorite on the whole EP.
Okay. When you do, make sure Mr. Damon sends me a copy of it together with a little bit of a nudge so that we get it on air. Because it's just great listening to you guys.
Well, thank you, and I'll tell you, man, it means a lot to us. I love Europe. I've always wanted to go there, and pretty much all my favorite players, are from the UK and from Europe. So it's the place I've always wanted to go to.
All right, Turner, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate this. I know we had a bit of a mess around with the beginning of the interview with the connections and things, but we're there now. I've got to say huge thank you for your time, and also for producing some damn good music.
Well, I appreciate that. And I'll send you some more stuff that we haven't released yet. There's a few things that we haven't really pushed because it's one song we've done is like 10 minutes and like 52 seconds long. So it's kind of hard to push that on a radio setting. But I'll send you all the stuff over, man, and take a listen to it. Let us know what you think. Okay, that's cool. Thank you very much, Turner. Be safe. Enjoy, and hopefully we'll get some new stuff, and we will keep playing Ain't No Sunshine. Well, I appreciate it, man. God bless you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, cheers for now. All right. Bye-bye.